Welcome, Captain Help here. Today we're exploring a mysterious force that haunts offices everywhere. It slips through interviews unnoticed, charms everyone with a glittering CV, and then quietly sets the workplace on fire. Yes, we're talking about the overqualified employee. And no, that's not the same as a brilliant employee. One elevates the team, the other destabilizes it. Let's dive into the difference. There's a certain magic to the arrival of an overqualified hire. They walk in with a resume that could double as a historical document. They've led strategic transformations, lived abroad, published articles, and once gave a keynote at a conference no one has heard of. Everyone thinks, wow, we just leveled up. And then comes the first team meeting. The manager explains a process, a good one, a reasonable one, and the overqualified newcomer gives the blink. You know the one. That tiny, nearly invisible eye roll that somehow shakes the confidence of everyone within 10 meters. The blink that says, I'm only here physically. Intellectually, I'm at Davos. That's when it begins. By week 3, the atmosphere shifts. Comments become heavier, sharper. Interesting methodology. I might have done it differently. Translation. You sweet summer children, you feel the hierarchy sag. The team starts watching the cynic for cues. The manager starts apologizing for decisions that never required apology. Everyone senses the tension, but no one can quite name it. Welcome to the overqualification problem. But here's the twist. It doesn't always happen the same way. There are levels, 3 to be precise, like evolutionary stages of professional chaos. The first one is the frustrated genius. This one didn't intend to be a villain. They simply expected more from the job, more challenge, more responsibility, more space to shine. Their cynicism is actually boredom in disguise. Their sarcasm isn't malice, it's disappointment. With this type, a conversation can work wonders. I see you're under-challenged. Let's find a better way to use your strengths. Give them clear boundaries. Give them a real domain to own. Give them acknowledgement without giving them the whole kingdom. This phase is fixable, easily even. But then, there's the next one. This one isn't bored. They're convinced. It's the corrosive cynic. Convinced they're smarter than the manager. Convinced the team slows them down. Convinced the organization doesn't deserve them. Try an honest conversation and they don't soften. They calcify. You say, I sense frustration. How can we improve things? They hear. Finally, someone recognizes my brilliance. Now the workplace becomes unstable. Cynicism spreads faster than corporate jargon. Meetings become debates. Decisions become war zones. The team loses psychological safety. This is where Captain Help must switch from diplomacy to engineering. You apply industrial strength clarity. This is your role. This is not. Do it again, and it becomes formal. And if they refuse, you escort them to the exit of professional mismatches, not out of cruelty, but because a team cannot survive slow internal corrosion. Ah, yes. The rarest and most dangerous creature in the modern workplace. The overqualified cynic you cannot afford to lose. The critical specialist. These people have highly specific knowledge. Knowledge that keeps the company alive. Knowledge that by some cosmic joke only they possess. Fire them? Good luck. You'll find yourself explaining to the CEO why the company server is now a toaster. This is not about fixing the person. This is about containing the reactor. Here's the Captain Help blueprint. First, redesign their role. They're no longer a team member. They become a contained expert. Second, give them power only where they're needed. Authority within their domain. Zero influence outside it. Third, reduce social friction. Fewer meetings, more solo work. Strict communication channels. Like, please put it in writing. Limit exposure to junior staff. Fourth, give them direct access to senior leadership. Let them vent upward, not sideways. And finally, build succession quietly. Document everything. Shadow their work. Over time, reduce dependency. This transforms chaos into control. You extract the value without letting the attitude dissolve the building. Why does this happen? Because companies create the monster themselves. How? By hiring overqualified people to save money, promising growth that never comes, giving senior experts junior responsibilities, mistaking smart for good team fit, and avoiding strong leadership to keep them happy. In other words, organizations plant the bomb and then act shocked when it explodes. So the cost to the organization is, honestly, way more than you might think. We're talking about lost productivity, increased conflict, team turnover, leadership burnout, reputation damage. You know, those don't work under that guy whispers. There's also that risky dependency on a single unstable expert, and a culture that just becomes wary, silent, and hesitant. The bill for all this? It's enormous. And it's invisible, at least until it's too late. Because hey, fairness matters. Sometimes hiring overqualified people is actually a brilliant move, but only when the company is scaling fast, the culture is stable, the leader is confident, the team is resilient, the role is temporary or transitional, and the person genuinely wants a smaller job. In those cases, they become accelerators, not wrecking balls. Overqualification isn't just one thing, it's really three. There's the frustrated genius, the corrosive cynic, and the critical specialist. One needs empathy, one needs boundaries, and one needs containment. Different phase, different strategy. But the same goal: use their brilliance without letting it burn down the building. Thanks for watching. Just remember, when you hire someone who could, run NASA but they're stuck doing travel receipts, you're not just managing a person, you're managing a phase. Choose the right strategy and prevent brilliance from becoming a hazard. This was an episode of Captain Help. Each episode of Captain Help explores how we think, live, and misread each other. Calm reflections with a hint of irony and a whole lot of sense. Captain Help. Smarter every day in every way. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you next time.